Okay, so take control of the vehicle speed. We're back and we are continuing on with this one. There's a forward input variable. So same thing what we did with the horizontal input. Let's create a forward input variable. That would be a number, and then they're using the vertical axis. We need to go in and create an axis here. So now I'm going to create an action for accelerate, I guess, and this will be an axis, a single axis. And we are going to set the binding, a positive negative binding. Delete that. And negative, we want up and negative to be down. So listen for the down arrow. And the positive will be the up arrow. So that will be for forward and backwards. So up and down. And then we'll save that and go to back out. And now we want to take a look at their code. So they're doing the forward input. They're multiplying it by the forward input. So because this is where we're doing that here. This is the forward input really. So what we need to do is change this to use that actual input value instead. So similar to how we did the left and right, we are going to, we already have this speed, delta time times the speed. So that's fine still. And then we just need to add another one here. Okay, first of all, we need to add another enable input system action. Or you can actually enable the whole map, right? So enable input map, and then we can just enable the player map altogether. But that will enable all the controls. So maybe I'm not going to do that. I'm just going to, I'll duplicate this and we'll do the player accelerate. Okay. So now we need something similar to this one where it's horizontal input. So I'll just duplicate that and move it up. And then we will change this to be the forward input. And we'll change this to be the accelerate input asset. So we've got that forward input, we got the speed, and then we need a value, acceleration value. Accel value. Okay. Change that to a number. And then we need to set that similar to this one. So let's copy that and put it up here. So now we want the Excel value to be, okay, let's just grab that and this. So we want the vertical input or the forward input, and we want the speed. So now we're multiplying the speed by forward input. And then here's where we want this to be. Instead of speed, it will be the Excel value. So that should do it. Yeah, that's the Z. So we're moving it in the Z. So that should allow us to control the forward and back. Let's see if that works. So we're not moving, and then up and down, and left and right. Actually, it works pretty good. So now we can control this car by using the 4 arrow keys. And you can back up, and it's working. So that's that step. And then the last part is to make the vehicle rotate instead of slide. So instead of going left to right, they want it to rotate. So they've replaced the translate with the rotate. So turn speed times horizontal input times time.delta time. They're using the rotate. So let's see if we can do that as well for the left and right. So that would be replacing this. So instead of move, let's see if there's a rotate. Change rotation. So we're going to do the car. And the rotation is around the vector3.up axis. So let's see. Euler vector3. And that would be the up axis, 0, 1, 0, I think. That would be. Wonder if you can do constants. No. Euler vector3, 0, 1, 0, I think. But that's the global rotation. Now we want to multiply that by the other two. Okay. So we don't really want to do that. So we're going to need an Euler rotation value. I think number, maybe if it's a vector3. I'm not sure. Yep. So it has to be a vector3. Okay, so rotate. But we still have the problem where we need this. We need it to be a value. So what we're going to do is, do you get that value? Delta time times turn speed times horizontal, no, just, yeah, those three. Turn speed, horizontal input, time.delta time. So do we have that already? We have the turn speed times the horizontal input steer value. And that was from delta time. So this, the steer value is what we need. And then we just need to rotate it using the same value. So Is it steer value? Okay. Euler. Okay, well, we'll see if that works. So we need to delete the move that we had before and replace it with this rotate. We're going to try rotating around the y-axis here with the same steer value. So let's see what that does. Yeah, it's very slow. It is rotating though. But it rotates in place. It doesn't rotate and then move, like we're not moving in that direction. We're moving back, forward and backwards. That's only because we're looking at only the forward input. We're only looking at up and down, and there's no like left and right component to that. Now the steer value is very low, so we can add the turn speed. We can global variables. We can up the turn speed to 20, and then it will rotate a lot faster. But as you see, it only goes in one, like we're not going in that direction. So, but that's the reason, because we're not adding a component to that. We're only going Z up and down. We're not adding an X component at all to that. So you would add the X component here. We could add that here. Let's see if that works. And do the steer value. So that works. However, the rotation is a lot less right now, so it's a little choppy. Let's see. Steer value. So actually, if we move this down here, after we've gotten all the inputs, let's see if that works better. And then we use, that's the rotate, there's the move. Set this back to the variable. Steer value, okay. And so let's see if how that works. Let's reset that. The physics are just letting it go to, okay. And the steer value, you can see the steer value right there. The rotation is a little less though. So this steer value, maybe we could multiply that by something. A turn, well, that it is right there. The steer value, turn speed multiplier, delta time times turn. So if we add, make turn speed higher. You can see it is rotating, but it's because of the left and right. It's sort of overriding it. But so we can set this back to 0. Yep. Now, maybe if we do 2 moves, let's try that. That's too much. But it's sort of working. It's a little, it's not rotating as much as you would want it to. Because, unless maybe if you do the rotation first, and then you do the move. Try that. That sort of works better. So sometimes you need to like play around with these and see it is rotating a little bit towards that direction. So I think we can call this successful for this tutorial. And this is the end of the player control lesson in Create with Code GC2 edition. So we've seen how we can sort of replicate that code in Game Creator 2 using Game Creator 2. So hope you enjoyed this lesson. We will take a look next at the basic gameplay project in the next one, and this one goes over how to create an endless runner game using Game Creator 2. We're going to use instead of the code. So like, subscribe, comment down below, and we'll see you in the next one with Project 2, the basic gameplay project.